Good afternoon on what is a grey, overcast and mild afternoon. It is Friday, November the 19th. I'm back in the reading nook with some parcels, okay, and of course a nice hot cup of tea. And the next parcel that we're going to open is this one. I'm just going to cover this up so we'll basically show you this. I'll basically show you the seal, which may give you a clue as to who it's from and what it contains, and then so I'll basically just confirm that a bit, just showing you that. So it's from All Rolled Up, and the seal suggests that it is something to do with the Dee Sanction. So if I slide the knife in there. Go. Almost there. Because it's quite tightly packed in here. Sorry, cat has charged away, so we pull everything out. Let's check to see if there's nothing missing in there. And what we have is Dee Sanction Adventures booklet, along with supplement, the site. So we're going to come back to the site, but essentially we're going to talk about the Dee Sanction Adventures, and this is by Paul Paldowski, Richard August, names you will probably recognise. Leave this damned art, this magic that will charm the soul to hell and quite bereave thee of salvation. Okay, I'm going to look at this. This is quite a small text to read on the back, but anyway. Plots hatch. Plans unfurl. The threat to the life of Queen Elizabeth looms large throughout her reign. Okay, the list of conspirators seems endless, yet Elizabeth endures through intelligence networks' hard work and its sacrifice. So their suspicion and conviction lay bare those who conspire against her. You are agents of the Dee Sanction, and this collection of adventures gathers together 6 varied conspiracies and devilish plans that seek to bring about the end of Elizabeth's sovereignty. Only you have the means to discover the perpetrators and bring an end to their dark assassinations. The Dee Sanction Adventures include 6 missions of diverse challenge and dark magic across both town and countryside, guidance and considerations upon linking the adventures into a campaign, maps and handouts for all the adventures, including the Keyed or Osselstone 100. Now, the Dee Sanction, I've already done an unboxing of and I've already reviewed. It is a game of Enochian Intelligence in which you all play conspirators or persons who've been wrapped up in a conspiracy, a secret society that concerned itself with magic, and not necessarily opposed to the Queen as such, but treating with magic would have been reviewed as treasonous, and therefore you were essentially you are sentenced to death, and then told, well, you get a stay of sentence whilst you serve the crown and that's of Queen Elizabeth as an agent working under the auspices of Dr. John Dee, her astrologer and a magic expert upon magic. So you go off and you uncover conspiracies and more direct threats to Her Majesty. So essentially it is a case of Dee's dirty dozen, or dirty half dozen if you will. So basically we open up, okay, what have we got in here? Just we've got some nice little bookmarks with a basically quick guide to the rules if you want to exercise influence or leverage networks, or always be prepared. Quick guide to that. Then consequences can be. This is a guide to consequences. It can be situational, lingering, permanent. So basically, quick guide essentially there on the back. And lastly, we have orders of bloodshed, basic resolution, out of action D6 and reaction D6. Essentially, just basic quick tables printed in sort of like easy to handle formats. And that just slides up. Okay, so what we've got in here: Dee Sanction Adventures, true and faithful transcription of matters concerning lost books, strange sorceries, befouled poppets, paradoxical poultry, accusations of witchcraft, and assorted hellscapes. I approve of anything which involves poultry. So we go, basically this is the first print edition. Now some of these adventures have already been printed in the limited edition box set for Dee Sanction, which I've already done an unboxing of earlier. And these are, I mean, okay, you open up, charting a path, essentially we've got a guide to running the adventures, basically linking them. It just covers a couple of pages before we go into the longer adventures, where we have the Window of the Soul. Essentially, yeah, quick. And these are quite lengthy. I mean, this runs to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. Comes with a nice little handout at the end. So yeah, in a small book, quick pages. You know, essentially you've got probably 2 or 3 sessions worth of play to get out of that one. We've got the Gong Scarer's birthday baby, and each one is essentially what you've got. The format follows the kind of same thing, where you've got the dilemma, the task at hand. So essentially we've got dilemma and the task at hand. Then we go into the deep background for the benefit of the referee, and then we basically confidence of the Queen. Basically a bit more information. In this one we've got a bit of a timeline. And we're dealing with things such as a Manus baby, the Lay Stalker, the Haberdasher, the Mudlarks, and lots of nice references to use of sort of like already terminology there with to an extent with Haberdasher and Gong Scarer and the Mudlarks, and if you don't know what those are, go and look them up, because they're really interesting. They're interesting. Essentially, I would say Gong Scarer and Mudlarks are interesting. Haberdasher isn't particularly, but but they're really interesting, sort of like jobs from a historical point of view. You wouldn't necessarily want to be one. Then we've got infertile soil. And again, the dilemma, the task at hand, deep background, and so on, before we get into the deeper content. We have a map of the Osselstone 100, which basically, I am presuming, looks to be London, I would say, and that is very likely Tower of London. We have the Monk's Cowl adventure. The Harrowing of Harlow Hall, and that's Harlow with a W. Yeah, okay. Ex Libris. And then again we have slightly illustrated, basically main pieces of sort of like the front of the book. Then we have more of Evil and Moreau's artwork. So really quite like it befits the setting very well. And then we've got handouts and references. So we have a Beneath Gravel House and the Old Cellars. Dungeons by Dyson Logos. He's a great cartographer. Really does a nice job on these, and we've got handouts as well. So if you have the Dee Sanction, also got a map of Harlow Hall and of the wider Sutton 100. There we go. I would thoroughly recommend you get this. I mean, the Dee Sanction is a very nice little small. I mean, I mean, basically, in terms of its mechanics and sort of, and style, a small game. It doesn't mean that its adventures don't matter, and that it's sort of like, you know, they're not playable or anything like that. But its scale is quite small, and it's sort of like you're part of a secret history, a conspiracy. But you are doing well despite you being condemned to death. And you could, as a form a little campaign, play through that. Get plenty of adventure out of this one book. So yeah, that's the Dee Sanction Adventures. That'll be available on sale, I presume, by the time this review, this unboxing goes up, basically you already get the core book. Anyway, so Dee Sanction Adventures, an anthology of adventures for the Dee Sanction. I look forward to giving this a proper review. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching another unboxing of the Nook. If you've enjoyed this, please do click the like button down below. If you've got any comments or feedback, I appreciate you posting those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me with a parcel and a book or game, which I will talk about to the best extent of my knowledge for 10 minutes or so, all accompanied, of course, by a nice hot cup of tea, and occasionally a cat who's not ours, he's not here at the moment, then please do click the subscribe button. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll be back again soon. Bye for now.